Hello. Here I'm sharing with you a reading list on ethics. To start with, all ethics should root us in what our culture tells us. Only in as much as if you understand the culture, you understand the ethical decisions that people make, whether right or wrong. For that reason, the first book that I recommend is the Holy Bible. Everyone's familiar with the Holy Bible, so I won't go into it any further. The next book is the Nicomachean Ethics, the Greek work by the well-known Aristotle. He's well-known, so I don't really have to go into it any farther. Next is Kant, Metaphysics of Morals. A very good book. Many of you might have heard of it. Lots of people have heard of Kant. For that reason, I think you pretty much get the idea. It's a very fundamental book. Next is Mill's Utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is a very common subject, one that everyone should be familiar with. For that reason, I think we can all rest knowing that this is a good book to read. Next, the complete works of Plato. Having this is a good handbook to have in case you ever need to know anything that Plato has to say about morals. Personal favorite of mine, The Education of Cyrus by Xenophon. Cyrus, an example of a great emperor. We go through his life and we learn. Don't need to say much more about that. Next is the 7 Military Classics of Ancient China. If you read this, you understand what makes up the civil, what makes up the military, and what makes up the rest. You've heard of The Art of War, so I don't need to say much more about that. Next, if you want to learn about what's not morals, read about Vlad the Impaler. In case you understand that. Now the most important book, not most important, but I would say important, related to ethics, something that we could all gain a lot from, is this little book that I heard of, which is The Perfect Game. It describes bowling, and it describes the one of the greatest bowlers of all times, Earl Anthony. So, Perfect Game has many pictures of famous bowlers. It has, I believe it has techniques. It was written in the 1970s. And to really understand bowling, you've got to read this book. I mean, it's one of those, you can see the perfect form of the release here. See, he does a release with not a complete follow through, and he also has the perfect balance. His back is arching downwards, but it's not slouched, so he has good posture. He has that slide there. So I'll describe this in more detail to relate ethics of today with So this is my bowling ball, and when we have the right form, move the camera. Start out with the proper form. Ball here. You can even put it even more in the middle. Release around the side. Perfect shot. You also want to walk as you do it, but ball here. Be even more to the middle. Make it perfect. Same shot every time. Perfect. So we have the perfect game, which is perfect. So if you want the perfect set of perfection, you look to You look to the perfect, bowling, morals, perfect. It's just so champion, bowling, 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 bowling. Bowling. I don't know how to say this, but I'm not that great of a bowler. Nah, I lied. I love bowling. I was just joking with you. So here's your reading list, and please enjoy. And remember, start with the Bible, end with the bowling.